All right. So, you know, we do a lot of this work, and how it really started for me was just really community. Growing up in Montbello and the community and close-knit community we had was something that inspired me to do the work I do today. Um, the reason why I got into entrepreneurship, like you all, is being able to create something, for yourself, but also create it for your families, right? And so working for somebody, they control your time, right? And so being able to work for yourself and having that opportunity to control your own time has been something inspiring for me. But I understood that on my journey, I had to really, what I like to say, build my resume for folks to believe in the work that I'm doing today. And so within that, of course, being able to serve in higher education, and serve at different capacities of really building my resume, but also creating those credentials to be useful. And so wanted to really touch on, transforming communities, empowerment through coaching, workshops, and certifications has been the work we do. Business and entrepreneurship has always been something in me, but it just had to be pulled out of me, if that makes sense. And so, I always thought of, you know, when I did my master's is really what encouraged me to go into business. I thought I knew it all, getting the master's around organizational management within business. I thought that's all I needed, right? And so life will show you that no, you have to go through it, right? You got to go through the ups and downs of wanting to work for yourself and what that looks like. And so, building, empowering community entrepreneurs and collaborating and partnering with Lynn on Spark U, we had the same vision and mission. How could we help people? How could we touch our community? And how could we help our community with certain skills, whether that's growing their business or working or, climbing up in a career. And so that's really the biggest thing. I want to add, I had did a proposal. Um, it's this huge conference. It's called National Association for Community Entrepreneurship. So I had the opportunity to go last year to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, for the conference. Great conference. You have colleges from all over. So you have community colleges, you have universities, you name it, right? Everyone comes together for these conferences. So you have deans, presidents, all the top folks there. And so it was just inspiring to see, kind of the connection and the networking that was going on. And so this year, I actually put in a proposal. I didn't tell Lynn. Lynn didn't know. And then one of a dean for Red Rocks that we work with, he didn't know either. I just was like, man, I'm going to do this because this has been my goal is for us to speak at a national level. And so I did the proposal. And then a couple months ago, well, a month ago, or maybe a month or two ago, today got an email saying, congratulations, your proposal was accepted. And so um, very excited about that. And I, even though it's through the college, I made sure Lynn was still part of that journey, right? I made sure that he was still going to be one of the people presenting with me for that. So it's in October. It'll be in Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Um, but just excited. I completely forgot about it. Just being real with you all. I forgot that I know, how sometimes you do proposals and you just like, okay, whatever, and then today, getting that response like, hey, you guys have been accepted to um, present, and so just those type of things of inspiring and showing a lot of the work that I'm doing. Because when I first started business, it was rough. Couldn't get any audience, couldn't do a lot of things. But what kept me going was that I knew I had the purpose and why I wanted to do this with my community. So coaching, these coaching programs that you all know, from mental fitness, thanks to Sherry. with training us in that and been able to have that opportunity to really work with police officers. Growing up, culture thing, didn't like the police. Experiences with the police weren't the best. My first encounter with a police officer was someone that looked just like me. And from that moment, messed up my whole view on police officers, right? But I had to really dig deep into myself, um, and understand that not everybody's like that. Not every police officer is like that. So being to the opportunity to be able to train police officers and have these conversations with them, and looking beyond the badge has been a great opportunity of seeing where they come from. They come from similar neighborhoods, similar experiences, their parents as well, and so really having those deep conversations. And a lot of this work this summer, Lynn and I really wanted to bring on a team to help us scale. That's what it was all about. It's really, I know that him and I, we do a lot of great work. We've been able to bring in a lot of great contracts or resources, but we know that we can't do it alone. And so our ask from you all is just to continue this work with us, not only for the summer, but beyond. And so we appreciate everyone's help. Like I've mentioned to Lynn, I was like, man, I'm tired. I need help. I mean, I can't do it all. And so, and we know that as a business, you can't scale if you are the ones doing everything. If you're teaching, running programs, doing this, and then still trying to make deals, it doesn't work. And so that's been our focus. We met with a guy, what was it, yesterday or the day? A friend of mine that I've known, I've worked with him before, reached out just off of Facebook. He was dealing with so he's creating a curriculum around forgiveness. So he had an opportunity, a scholarship to play basketball. He was trying to break up a fight. He ended up getting shot. Um, Ended his basketball career, right? But what's crazy about it, or a blessing we could say, is that the guy who shot him is who he's working with to today. Um, so they do presentations together, but he said it took time. He had a lot of anger in him. He wanted to get the dude back. You can tell all the emotions. Um, but we had met with him, kind of encouraging him and giving him some, advice on next steps. And that's why I do this work. It's just really being, a resource to the community, helping folks. There's a lot of things that I've done that I didn't get paid for. That we all know, right? There's a lot of things we've done we haven't got paid for, or we didn't never got paid for. But it's not about that, right? It's about the impact that we're creating, and we know that the impact will lead to income. And so, I continue this impact. I've mentioned to you all that the colleges have wanted me to apply for different positions. I've told them no. They have given me a hard time on a lot of the work I do, and I'm not even with the college full time anymore, which is funny. They're questioning the work I do because I'm making an impact, and they're like, "Oh, hey, you're making this impact," but at the end of the day, the college is secondary. The work I'm doing with you all is, primary. Of course, personal branding, goal setting, and time management, financial literacy are been the biggest things. So when me and Lynn connected, I was big on the business and entrepreneurship, and he was big on the certification, career, and workforce. And so we brought that together, because we knew that it would tie in, and be able to create that impact that we wanted. And so that's why we're here where are today. Industry certs that you all are familiar with, and some of you have taught, entrepreneurship and small business, communication skills for business, Microsoft Office, Google Workspace that Tanisha and Professor Lynn have taught together, QuickBooks, all of the things that are needed. And so we just really value, we know the importance of industry, and we know the importance of pathways, and really creating that to put people in a place where they need to be. for me, I thought sports was my way out. When it didn't work out, I had to come up with something different, right? And so that hunger that I had when I was competing as a youth is the same competition or competitive spirit I was able to bring on as an entrepreneur. Um, of course, vocational certificate programs. Really what I value about the work we do here, um, and that we work towards preaching with you all is how you all bring so many different skills and expertise. You all are powerful in your own way. And I've known that, I don't want to be the smartest person in the room, right? I'm around brilliant people that inspire me, right, to push forward. And so that's what it's really about, is you all inspiring me to be better. And that's what it's about. I know Nipsey Hussle said, if you look at your circle or something to that effect, or you look at the people around you and you feel like you're trapped in a cage, you need a different circle, right? That's not who you want. You want to be around people that inspire you, that push you to grow. And that's what this family and this tribe and everyone on this call has been, right? Lynn and I, really took a leap to really bring in, like we said, this has probably been the most people we've brought on in one summer, and so we really took a leap of faith, prayer, meditation, to really be able to bring you all on, but also be able to compensate you all for this as well. So that's been our goal and continue to grow, right? We want this program, we want Spark U to be one of the top providers in the nation, that we can all look back at and be proud of. Um, our goal is also, like we said, our rep model, recruiting folks, equipping them, and then being able to place them and employment opportunities, skill enhancement and professional growth, and then, the pathway to sustainable careers. All right, and I'll hurry. I know I'm probably taking long. Sorry about that. Community programs and events. As we all know, we love events that you all have shared. Really thank you, Tanisha, Brandy, Sherry, thank you, T and Brandy, for the overview of the community program or event that you all are looking to do. Workshops and webinars, right? A great example, Tanisha used, the pitch night that we had, having that opportunity to collaborate with youth and adults to come together and be able to pitch their businesses was great. But really the community engagement and empowerment, the lifelong learning opportunities that we're providing, but also the networking and collaboration. So workshops and webinars, from financial literacy, business planning, professional or personal development. My thing is you have to be sound personally before you can be sound professionally, right? You have to take care of your personal before you can be professional. And like I said, all of these programs are expert-led sessions by you all. And then the benefits of our programs, right? The accessible learning from anywhere, you can learn from anywhere. You could live anywhere and be able to work with us, and different things like that. Youth programs, we've been blessed, to have this long-standing partnership with Colorado Future Tech for many summers. And it's been a great partnership, just being able to collaborate with them and for them to trust us with the work we do, for their youth and making sure that their youth get the skills they need. It's been a great thing. I mean, all of the partnerships that we've been able to build to get us to this point. And so, my heart and Lynn's heart, it's always been to highlight the entrepreneur. And Tanisha definitely can speak to that, especially last year, working with the Fresh Low and feasibility study. Everybody was their own business, right? And we brought them in for that reason, to highlight what they could do. Yeah, we could have got professors, whole types of people we could have got, but we wanted to really make sure that if we're going to be intentional about supporting small businesses, then we have to showcase them. And so that was a great opportunity to showcase Tanisha and all the great folks we worked with last year. leadership development, our STEM, and my big thing is preparing the next generation for success, whatever that may look like for them and being unique for them, building confidence and skills, fostering innovation and creativity. As we all know, our youth are very innovative, they're very creative. And as parents and as guardians and as mentors and coaches, let's make sure that we're encouraging that and making sure we're giving them the skills to hone on that. I know I've mentioned, even with my kids, my 4-year-old, he loves cars. He could tell you almost every car. Like Lynn was in the car one time, he was just saying every car. And so I got to make sure I'm, as a father, as a guardian, as a community member, that I'm making sure that I'm instilling in him, that passion, but also giving him opportunities to be able to hone into that. So really quick, events, as you all know, we love events. We love bringing communities together, whether that's networking, whether that's workshops, whether that's business pitch events, or just having celebrations where we bring folks together, um, and so on. And the goal I would love to do one day is maybe we put on our own gala event as well. Of course, as you all know, consulting services that we've done over the couple years we've been working. So business strategy and planning, organizational development, customized training solutions. Um, and so, and I wanted to add the benefits because I wanted to really highlight who we are. Um, and that's why I have, everybody's an expert. I'm sorry, the little one's going close. Hold on a minute. Hold on. So expert guidance and insights, tailored solution, because it's folks need to know that we are a diverse team, very diverse BIPOC team, and they need to know we are experts. They need to know who we are, and that's what really has been my goal through the work we do, is for them to know who we are and know that we can compete with some of these top organizations in the city, or even surpass them. And so that's how I want you all, not saying you all are not doing that, but that's just how I want you all to feel, is that you are an expert in the field. And we wouldn't have brought you guys on if we didn't believe that. Success stories. We really want to highlight key success stories, testimonies, case studies of successful programs, just really demonstrating that impact, inspiring potential participants or future folks to want to be part of our program or even come work for us. And we're doing a great job building our credibility. I think folks are seeing who we are. They know who we are. They know what we can bring. Folks, you know how folks are. They're going to ask around, like, who are these folks? Who's Lynn and Jamal? Or who's Tanisha? Who's Brandy? Who's Sherry? They're going to ask questions, right? And so, really building that credibility, which we've been able to do and continue to do as we grow. All right. So the internship program, we really, just being able to work with these 2 interns this summer, just been great. Kind of your passions tie it in together. It's been great. And then, of course, we do the train the trainer, where we work with different organizations and train their leadership and get them prepared, to be better leaders or whatever that may be. We really make sure that it's unique to what they want and cater to what they need to make that impact. And so this is the vision. ECE Spark U building, having our own building to be able to create and have so many different teachings, right? We can have Brandy teaching on what she does, Tanisha with her, public speaking, Sherry, all of that. I mean, just look at it. I wanted to really have this visual so you all could just see it, and know that this is possible and it can happen, through the work we're doing. But that's the goal, is to really have our own building where we're doing so many different trainings that you all are training, or your key facilitators for each department or pathway, to really reach the community, and so on. And that's all I have. Thank you.